Hey, how's it going? Hope you're doing very well. My name is Louis Piluso. Recently, the people from IK Multimedia and Musical House sent me to review these two ToneX pedals. So I want to start with the first video where I'm going to be sharing all the questions I had and all the answers I got about what the ToneX is and what it isn't. So don't forget to drop your questions below as they might help in making more videos. Hey, my name is Louis Piluso. I'm an artist and music producer. This is my recording studio. And in this channel, we do gear review and tutorials. So I invite you to subscribe and hit the bell icon. So let's start with what it is and what it isn't. So ToneX is a product by IK Multimedia. And on the website, they describe it as a tone modeler, player, browser, and editor powered by AI machine modeling. It models amps, cabinets, combos, and pedals. And the kind of pedals that they can model are distortion, overdrive, fuzz, EQ, and boost. So is it a multi-effect pedal board or something like that? No, it's not. It's more of an individual amp or pedal. So this is designed to be used in your pedal chain. So you would replace the amplifier that you're using, or you can add individual pedals. I, for instance, downloaded a fuzz phase from the 70s into this one, and I can plug it into my Fender Blues Deluxe and have a very realistic sounding fuzz phase. And this little thing costs, I think, $180, $150, $200, depending on what country you live in. So that is impressive. Something that you can't do is to pile one on top of each other in a single preset. So that means that if you modeled a pedal and you modeled your real amp, you can't put them alongside in the same preset. You can choose one or the other. Otherwise, another way of doing it is to export them and mix them up in AmpliTube and then export it again as a preset, and you can bring it in as only one unit. So one of the first questions I had, it was like, does it have its own emulation of pedals like AmpliTube from the same brand? So it comes with EQ like a normal amp. It has some easy compression. It has a very cool noise gate that works really well. I've been testing it out and it's really good. It's really good how it works. It's really good for recording as well. It has modulation, so you can choose between chorus or tremolo or rotary speaker. And it also comes with a delay that you can choose between analog and digital. Then it comes with a reverb that you can choose a couple of different parameters. And that's a very important thing, is that those effects, you cannot add them as pedals before. But these effects are mainly designed to shape your amp sound. Like usually in a recording studio like this one, when you record a real amp, when you're mixing it, you can add some compression, you can add some EQ, you can add some delay and reverb to space the sound out in the stereo field. So that's what these effects kind of do. It's not to replace your individual delay pedal or individual reverb pedal or individual compressor, distortion, whatever. It's not to be used in that way. So it's kind of fixed to each preset you make, but it's still very cool to have them because it can help you shape your sound. So basically, if you're looking for a multi-effect pedal board, this is not that. It's not a Kemper and it's not a ToneMaster Pro that I have both of them. And the Fender pedal board is more of a multi-effect pedal board, and the Kemper, it has modeling, but it also offers different pedals that you can put before your amp and after your amp. This is not as flexible, but it's still like a tenth of the price. So basically, if you are a guitar player that gigs in a small bar or something like that, and you just want to have one or two amps, this is great for you because you can have a cool sound and that's it. But if you need to be changing lots of pedals in between a song, you can either add this to your already existing pedal board, or this is not going to be your product that does everything. It's not an all-in-one. So let's compare it to AmpliTube. At first, as many colleagues of mine thought that this was a physical version of AmpliTube, even though that when I started AmpliTube, it was one of the emulation softwares that you could get for amps and pedals, and it was very fun, very cool. I loved it. Eventually, as I started improving in my recording abilities and sounds, I stopped liking it, and I always felt like AmpliTube was missing that final 10% to make it sound realistic. This doesn't mean that it's not a very good software, because it is, but I always felt like I needed a little bit extra. And luckily, this is not a physical version of AmpliTube. This is another software, ToneX. So instead of emulating, it models. Emulation works with people programming math and numbers and stuff and trying to get as close as they can to the real sound. And the modeling uses a different process where it actually listens to a real amp and captures the sound and does a back and forth situation of sending a signal and listening how that signal came back and stuff, and makes a copy of that sound. So that's why modeling sounds more realistic than emulation. Let me know below what's your experience with AmpliTube. So how does the ToneX software work? So here we have the ToneX software in the computer, and we have the modeler section, the librarian, and the tonenet. If we go into modeler, we can copy our own amp, and we don't really need these pedals. We can actually do it with only the software. So that's really cool. And that's kind of doing the same thing that Kemper or Quad Cortex is offering for a fraction of the price. So being able to do it with a software without needing the hardware is very cool. I do want to model my Fender Blues Deluxe, so let me know below if you want to see that. Then in the librarian, we have our own presets and we can load them into our pedal board. And then Tonenet allows us to check out different tones that other users have created. You do have to set up a different account for Tonenet, so make sure that if you buy this, you have to check it out and make your other Tonenet account. The learning curve in the software is quite complicated. It takes a couple of hours. It takes watching a couple of videos and trying to understand how it works. I was for a long time trying to find the pedals and thought it was like AmpliTube, which is not, and you don't have the possibility of adding different pedals before your amp. Something that I wish they improved is that you cannot be auditioning your amps like with the arrows of your keyboard and just playing and auditioning amps. You have to actually drag them into your physical ToneX to be able to hear those amps that are available in ToneX. So that's something I will try to improve for the next firmware. But I think that for what it does, it's really, really cool. This one is like $180 and this one is less than $500. So there's not that much we can ask for in that price bracket, and the sound is very, very cool. I've been using Kemper for 8 years, and I wouldn't mind having guitars recorded through ToneX. Let me know below what you think about this product, if you have tested it before. And something I want to ask you to leave me below in a comment is that I'm planning on doing more videos. I want to make a video testing out some presets that I have created, and I want to give them to you for free. Let me know if that's a video that you would like to see in this channel. Then another video that I could make, if you want, is explaining how each of these work. That would be like a kind of tutorial video, just like showing the know-how of how to set up stuff and a basic walkthrough. And then another option for another video is to model a real amp that I mentioned before with my Fender. Let me know if that's something that you would be interested in. My name is Louis Piluso. I'll leave you more videos right here on the screen about guitar modelers and other guitar stuff. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you in the next one. Let me know below if you have any more questions. Bye bye.